Hello, my name is Derek Jefferson, and I will be presenting a short brief on the internet and how it is changing education. What is the internet? If you surveyed 10 random people to answer this question, I'm almost positive you would get 10 different answers. So let's take a look at these two definitions. According to dictionary.com, the internet is a vast computer network linking smaller computer networks worldwide, which includes commercial, education, governmental, and other networks, all of which use the same set of communication protocols. Another definition of the internet is a worldwide computer network that can be accessed via a computer, mobile phone, PDA, game machine, digital TV, etc., according to Internet Live Stats 2015. Who uses the internet? By region, Asia accounts for 48.4% of users. The Americas, which include North, Central, and South, accounts for 21.8%. Europe accounts for 19%, Africa accounts for 9.8%, and the remaining 1% to the Oceania areas. In 2014, the top 5 countries by usage were China, the United States, India, Japan, and Brazil. Take a moment to review the comparison of internet users versus that country's population. With so many people accessing the internet on a daily basis, sharing information and conducting business, it was only a matter of time before the internet influenced our educational institutions. Let's take a look at technology timeline of distant learning and how it was affected at each major technology advancement. Going from right to left, from the 1800s to the 1900s, distant learning was conducted by doing correspondence courses delivered by the postal system. During the 1920s to the 1960s, radio was invented and courses were broadcast across radio stations. Around the 1950s, television was the next major technology advancement. Distant learning courses began to be televised. From the 1950s to the 1990s, there were many more technology advancements, but the telephone or teleconference distant learning courses were being offered. Then in the 1980s, personal computers were introduced offering computer-based training or educational courses. During that same time frame, the internet was in the beginning phase of commercialization. Starting around the mid-1990s, the internet was on the rise and online education was continuing to advance as well. Offering online distant learning courses today, emerging platforms of social communities where information is shared to promote learning, to taking advantage of gaming technology and collaboration to influence learning, to attending college classes and virtual classrooms such as Empire State College, Virtual Campus, and Second Life. Today, distant learning is popular and is widely accepted as a viable form of education and learning. New media and new literacies are forming to support this reshaping of our educational systems. The internet has expanded the audience of distant learners and is providing a thoughtful integration of digital technologies into the traditional scheme of education. I'm going to talk about 2 new literacy theories that are on the forefront: Bill Green's three-dimension of literacy and technology. His theory takes a three-dimensional approach of the operational, which is the common literacy practices, cultural, specific literacy practices, and critical, critiquing literacy practices. Take a minute to review the depiction and see how these three areas bring together language, meaning, and context. Next is Henry Jenkins' participatory culture theory. Take a moment to read over his definition, and after this presentation, go to YouTube and review some of his videos on this theory. It is quite interesting. What does the future hold? Today we can learn from our personal computers, even while on the move or mobile with our tablets or smartphones. Technology has changed the way we learn and is going to continue to reshape our traditional views on how we learn. Kids in third world countries will eventually be able to learn letters and numbers before even entering primary school, aided by software that adjusts to various learning speeds. We will continue to be more active members of a participatory culture as members of affiliations and online communities, continuing to express ourselves in such forms as video making and collaborating to solve problems and working together as teams in forms such as gaming and developing new knowledge in communities like Wikipedia. These activities clearly show that the internet, along with its media platforms, are forming new ways in which we learn to read and write, which historically defined literacy.